Greetings to you all, Chatmaster here in Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome you all. Today we are going to look at journal article number 2 entitled The Dabel Maru. So this is one of the building blocks at Chatmaster FX, and you need to understand these things so that you can have a deeper understanding of the big 5 strategies. So in order for you to understand strategies like the diamond, the SDE, the Quasimodo, you need to have an understanding of the Dabel Maru. So I have decided that we need to look at it at a deeper level so that you can be able to understand and be able to trade and be able to identify these types of Dabel Maru on the live market. So by definition, a Dabel Maru is a candlestick pattern that is more likely to hold the price at a key decision point. So you will see that as we do the significant demand engulfment, you realize that once the price reaches a certain decision point inside the golden zone, there may be multiple decision points inside there. So in order for you to filter the best decision point, you need to be able to look if that decision point has got a characteristic of a Dabel Maru. So basically we have 5 types of Dabel Maru. So you need to be able to see which decision point has got the characteristic of this Dabel Maru. So it's very, very critical for you to understand this concept so that you may have a full comprehension of all the big strategies and all the SOP that we are going to be trading here at Chatmaster FX. So in other words, the Dabel Maru, it is used as a historical past where price mainly faces resistance on first time back. So once you identify your decision point, then if you check your decision point, if it has the characteristic of the Dabel Maru, then you can be able to take a trade on that position when the price comes on first time back. So it is actually a historical past, which means you can be able to identify it in the immediate past before you make a trade. So let's go to the anatomy of the Dabel Maru. So guys, we are going to look at 5 types of Dabel Maru that I think are more significant. So those are the ones that we are going to be using at Chatmaster FX. So you need to understand type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5. You need to understand and be able to spot these things on the live market. So if you go to the first version of the Dabel Maru, you can see here, guys, that we have a bullish candlestick that has been engulfed here. So this is the entry level. So once you see a candlestick formation of this type, then you can be able to place a trade. So if you check, guys, the wicks have both been engulfed. So you need to check for that. Once we see that the whole bullish candlestick have been engulfed, then you can be able to place your trade when the price comes back to that decision point. So you can look here, guys, if it's a buying setup, you can see that these bearish candlestick have been completely engulfed by the bullish engulfment. So you can be able to make an entry on this line, which is the entry level line. So guys, we go to DM type 2. You can see, guys, here that this candlestick formation, it doesn't matter the color of this doji. It might be a bearish doji or a bullish doji, but you look for such a price pattern like this one. So once the price returns to the decision point inside the golden zone, if you are trading the significant demand engulfment, then you can know and you can be able to validate and filter the decision points that you think are the best and that have a higher probability of holding the price. So you can see, guys, also on this example that we have a doji here, and the doji should be bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. So guys, these are the decision points type 2. So we go now to type 3. On the type 3, guys, this is what we call the hidden base. We call it the hidden base, a Chartmaster FX, and you can see, guys, that we have a week here and a week here. So if you find such a formation here, we can see here that it was a bearish setup. So once you see such a candlestick formation, then you can be able to know that that decision point is more likely to hold the price. So we go, guys, to this type of formation, which is another hidden base for the bullish trend. So once you identify something like this, then you know that when the price comes back to this on first time back, then it's more likely that when you place a trade there, the price is going to be held by that decision point. So guys, we go to decision point type 4. On the decision type 4, guys, you can see that we have some bullish candlesticks here, and we have a bearish candlestick here. So guys, what you need to do here is that you can see that we have an entry level line. So once the price comes back to this decision point, then you can be able to place your trade. But take note that this one, the wick might be above the wick of this engulfment candlestick, and sometimes it doesn't matter as long as you see a characteristic of price in this nature, then you can be able to place your trade. So guys, we go to another example for a buying. Once you see such a formation, then when the price returns to that on first time back, then you can be able to place your trade. Then we go to the decision point, which is our DM5. On the DM5, guys, you can see that here we have a bearish candlestick, and we have a doji at the middle there, then we have a bearish candlestick. So once you see something like this, it's also a valid decision point that you need to look at in the market. So mostly when you are waiting for your sales setup, once you see this and once you see that the price has actually come on the first time back to this decision point, then you can be able to place your trade. So on the buying setup, you can see here that we have some bullish candlestick. We have a bullish and we have a doji candlestick here, and we have a bullish candlestick here. So it doesn't matter the color of this doji, it might be bearish, it might be bullish, it doesn't matter. So once you see the characteristic of price in this form, then you can be able to validate that decision point as significant. So guys, basically these are the 5 decision points that we are going to look at Chartmaster FX course. So you also have to take note that as you are spotting these decision points, the characteristics or the terms and conditions are met. So these are some of the terms and conditions that you need to look at as you are spotting these decision points on the live market. So guys, let's go to the terms and conditions. So for type 1 of the decision point, you need to see that the candlestick have been fully engulfed. Both the body and the tails should be engulfed for you to be able to qualify that candlestick formation as DM type 1, which is also a decision point. So for DM type 2 and DM type 5, there should be a doji at the middle of the candlestick, so that you can be able to qualify it as a Dabel Maru that is significant. So it can be either a bullish or a bearish, as we stated. So guys, the other important thing that we have to check is that the decision point should be fresh. So we are going to look at the freshness of decision points and the freshness of supply or demand. We are going to look at this as we go through the course. So it's very, very important that the decision has to be fresh, so that the price, when it comes back on the first time back, it can be able to hold the price. So guys, now let's go to our chart examples so that we can see these examples on the live market. So you can see, guys, on example number 1, we have an engulfment of this candle, and you can see that when this candlestick was engulfed, the wick is actually above this engulfment candlestick, which might be a subject of criticism whether this decision point is significant or not. But usually when the wick is not that bigger, we can qualify it as a decision point type 1. So we can see also here there was a wick that extended insignificantly, but we can see that it's a decision point that we can qualify as decision point number 1. And also, guys, for this buying setup, you can see this decision point that it had a wick that slightly was able to not to be engulfed by this candlestick, but it qualifies as a decision point type 1. So you have to look, guys, at these decision points on the live market. They are very powerful and they have a greater possibility of holding the price. So guys, let's go to example number 2. At example number 2, guys, you can see here that we had a bullish candlestick, and we have a doji, then a bearish candlestick. So we can draw our DM, which is a DM type 2, and you can also see here that we had a bearish and a doji and a bullish candlestick, and this qualifies as decision point number 2, which is DM2. And we can see also here the same thing. We had a bearish and a doji and a bullish candlestick. So you need to identify these things, guys, on the live market, and once you are able to identify them, they are going to help you to spot them and be able to use them in your trading strategy. So let's go to example number 3. Example number 3, guys, you can see here is the hidden base. Here we have the hidden base, and you can see here DM type 3, we have a hidden base here where we have a smaller wick to the upside and a smaller wick to the downside. And you can see also here that we have a smaller wick to the upside, smaller wick to the downside. And you can see that this decision point was actually consumed on the first time back, and the price rallied going up. So you need to check whether your decision point is clean or not. That's the concept that I was talking about. You can see that this demand has been consumed, or the hidden base has been consumed already. So when the price comes back to that decision point, we know that that decision point has been weakened and is more likely not to hold the price. And you can see, guys, what happened here when the price rallied up and it dropped and it rallied up, and it actually failed to create a new higher high on the up and upwards. So you can see, guys, when the price came back to this hidden base, it was able to engulf it. Why? Because this decision point has already been taken out. So you can see also, guys, this is another example of DM type 3, and you can see also here DM type 3, and you can see that what happened here, as the price actually went down, as it came back to that decision point, we can see that this decision point has been consumed. So once decision point has been consumed, it's no longer a fresh decision point. So when the price dropped to the downside, you can see that when the price came back to that hidden base, it failed to hold the price because this decision point has already been consumed. So guys, you need to check for that. It's very, very, very important, because these things, they actually occur most of the times on the live market. So guys, let's go to example number 4. On example number 4 here, volatility 10 index on M15, you can see, guys, here that we have a DM type 4 here, where we have two bullish candlestick to the upside, and we have this candlestick that actually engulfed these two candlesticks, and it actually was able to formulate DM type 4. And you can see that, guys, when the price came back to that decision point, it was able to hold the price. So once this demand has been cleared, it means that it's no longer a virgin decision point. So once the price come back to that zone, either when it comes back, we'll now be considering it as a second time back. Here we have a second time back, we have a third time back. So it will have been weakened already. So we need it to be fresh. The decision point should be virgin. It should be vegan. And look at this decision point. You can see that this decision point was consumed here, which is type 4. And as it was consumed here, we can see that when the price went up again, it now was able to not to hold the price because the decision point was no longer fresh. So guys, here we go to our example number 5. We can see the decision point here of a bullish type, and we can see here of a bearish type, where we have a bullish candlestick and a doji in the middle, and we have a bullish here, and you can see here the formation. We have a bearish candle, and we have a doji in the middle, and we have a bearish. So guys, you can see these setups, guys, and you can see, guys, what is happening here. We can see that here at this doji, when the price came back to this decision point, and we can call it a kink. It was a kink. And once we had a kink here, we can see that this kink was able to hold the price. And as it hold the price, we can see that as the price went up, when the price comes back to this decision point, after this decision point has been consumed already, we can no longer be able to trust this decision point because it's no longer a virgin. So you need to look for these setups, guys. They are very, very, very important. So guys, I just needed you to understand this concept of decision points, which are the Dabel Maru that we use at Chartmaster FX, because they are going to help you as we go further with our course. So guys, those who have not watched the journal number article number 1, you need to also watch that journal article number 1. And those who have watched the significant, we have watched the Quasimodo video, you also need to check and be able to see the Dabel Maru that are actually stated there, so that now you will now be understanding what I was talking about, since now I have clarified the issue of the Dabel Maru. So guys, I need you to, if you are interested in learning this course, we have a free Telegram channel, and the lessons have already begun. So you need to join the classroom, guys, and learn these things so that you can be able to to also make some ends meet in the forex market. So my supervisor, my mentor, always told me that you need to learn first and you earn forever. So guys, invest in knowledge, and that knowledge is going to, that investment is going to pay you the greatest interest. So guys, don't forget to like and to subscribe and to share this video so that all other people can also be able to benefit, since you see that our motto is that once we learn, we earn. And the last thing is to serve the community. Guys, don't forget that the knowledge that we have, you don't have to be stingy to share information to other people so that they can also be able to benefit, and by doing so we can make this world a better place. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. It's Chat Master signing out.